The Policy Communications Fellows program is designed for students from developing countries who are studying population and reproductive health issues, who are far enough along in their dissertation where they've collected data and they're analyzing it. And the goal of the program is to work with them as they are analyzing it and thinking about how do they make the research policy relevant. For many of the students that participate in the program, it's an eye-opening experience because they've been so focused on the methods and the data and the results. And what we do is work with them to think about, so what's the so what question to the research?
I think the fellowship has helped me in many more ways than one, not only to focus on how to translate my research into policy, but also to focus on how to bring out what is most important and how to frame my message differently for different audiences.
I appreciate, being a fellow of PRB because it really taught me how to communicate my information. Because if my information is not communicated to the intended people who are the policymakers, then the whole purpose of the research is lost.
All researchers are very much invested in the research that they're studying. And they want to have that to have an impact. It's not just for finding out a result, but for it to have an eventual impact that would be beneficial for the communities that they belong in or the communities they're studying.
Over the course of participating in the Policy Communication Fellows program, the students attend a 2-week seminar in Washington led by PRB staff in which they focus on communication skills. Subsequent to that, we work with them to write policy briefs, either 2 or 3 over the course of the year, and the program culminates in the PRB Policy Fellows workshop that's held in conjunction with the PAA meeting. And in this, the participants prepare a 12-minute presentation based on their dissertation research. They decide on who the policy audience is and make their recommendations to try to improve the situation that they're looking at through their research.
At times, what you write is not for the public audience, and the PRB Communication Fellows program have been very instrumental in helping me think out what I do and how I can actually translate this into a language that everyday people can understand.
We went through all sorts of models of communication, and it was interesting to learn how, as scientists, if we present our information in the scientific way, sometimes we lose our target or we don't really communicate very well with policymakers, and important decisions are not made because information is lost because of communication.
I've learned a lot from PRB. I used to be shy in terms of talking with people. Now I'm confident. I can simply turn my research into simple language. And also in terms of writing, I'm better than I used to be. I can write very well and in a language that will give the ordinary person on the street some understanding of whatever I want to communicate.
Graduate students who are really interested in the Policy Communication Fellows, what I suggest is that from the beginning, you think about, well, what is the relevance of my research to policy questions?
It's a great program, and I will not hesitate to tell anyone who's thinking about applying to do that.
I would encourage people to actually do the fellowship because it really helps you to be a better communicator of your findings. Yeah.
It's helped me to actually make a shift in the way I approach research, a shift in the way I actually think about describing my research.
The issues related to population, reproductive health, and economic development are critical, and PRB is so pleased and proud to be a part of the process through the Fellows Program that builds the capacity and advances policy discussions on these key issues.